set up here, probably, I don't know, 400 or 500 yards from where I was last evening. Yeah. Back in here, there's a whole bunch of buck sign, and I'm pretty close to all of it. Real thick back in there, real thick. But I got all this. I mean, I'm covered pretty good up here. See a trail coming in right here. Another one. See it right there. There's some back there. Hoping for back in there. Hoping, good buck who's in 40 yards of me or so. I can grunt to him, and you'll think of someone on this side of this little thicket. Come on into me. See how tonight goes. There's like I said, highway up there, so we're off close to the highway. Right over here, it's not a real big thicket, but it's like some small pines, and there's rubs in those pines. So I'm hoping they come up out of here, walk up to that hardwood, just scent checking the whole way out through there. See what happens. It's supposed to be a west wind, but right now I'm feeling a little more northeast. So I'm hoping once that sun comes up, it stabilizes out of the west like it's supposed to be. I'm hunting like a hard laurel edge just out in the hardwoods. I'm hoping that buck are cruising this edge, scent checking this thicket. So we'll see what happens here. You can see in here, it's a thick edge. Just on this little like cut out in the hardwoods that goes back into that. I'm hoping they come cruising down through here. There's a couple pretty heavy trails I've noticed in years past. can see blood all over the ground right where I hit him. Yeah. We're gonna give him a little time. Relax, calm down, sit here a little while. That's awesome. Yeah. Alright. In about 15-20 minutes, I'm in a climber. I'm gonna pack up my stuff. Sneak over there, just check my arrow. And I'm gonna take all my gear out to the truck. Not terrible far, probably only about 150 yards, 200 yards from my truck. I'll give this deer some time. And we'll go find him. Hopefully it didn't go far. I didn't hear it crash. But the way it acted when I saw it running, yeah, I don't think he went very far at all. So I'm gonna get down, check my arrow, and go charge this camera battery up a little bit. Give him a little more time. It's cool right now. It's mid-40s, so I'm not too worried about any of that. Right here's where he was when I shot. I like those kind of blood trails. Alright, you can see this thick lower wedge here. And you got to transition out here into this wide open hardwoods. Got a west wind this morning, so everything from that thicket blowing out here into this hardwoods. That buck, he was on the downwind side of that scent checking down through. There's another thicket out to the east of me here. I think he was going out to scent check at too. And I hit the bleed quite a few times. And he ended up coming back in. I was holding it behind my back so that it made it sound like it was in this laurel, kind of distorted the sound a little. And he came right on in. He came through this gap right here. Tracking probably 80 yards or so yet, or so far. Still got really good blood. If he might have stopped there. I want to go maybe 20 more yards, and I'm going to back out and give him a little more time if he goes much farther, just to make sure. So we'll follow this way down the trail just a touch farther. Really good blood. Oh, there he is. Sweet. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. Let's go get our hands on him. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Heck, made a great shot. That's the most important thing when you're hunting these animals with a bow. Any weapon. I'm gonna make it quick and as ethical as you possibly can. I'm gonna get him out of this thicket here, and we'll get a better look at him. Pulled him out of there. We'll get him dressed and yeah, get him out of the woods. I'm tickled, man. He's definitely not my biggest buck, but he ain't a bad buck. Big woods in PA. Gets awful hard up here. Just really happy I made a great shot on him. Arrow was dodging his opposite shoulder, that's why I never found it. But easy blood trail to follow. Switched to the Slick Trick 150 Expo heads this year, so it's a heavy arrow now. Surprised it didn't get through that opposite shoulder. But yeah, hunting that transition lines first time. I never scouted this side of the road. I have a spot on the opposite side that I have dialed in that I feel pretty good about, but with the wind today being all west, I figured it'd be good to be on this side in that open hardwoods on that transition line along that laurel. Sure enough, wasn't long after shooting light, heard some sticks or leaves rustling. Look up, saw him. Then he went over there and started messing around with that licking branch, and I got all excited and worked up, and you know, that's why I hunt, to get all excited. And if I ever lose that, then it's time to find a new hobby, I guess. But I'm more than happy. But yeah, we'll get him cleaned up and get out of here. Buddy Greg shot a doe this morning, so after I get him out of here, I'm going to go over there with my cart and help him get that deer out of the woods, and hopefully the other Jason and Colin, they're up here hunting with us. Hopefully they have some good luck this morning too. Well, definitely realizing more and more that I'm out of shape, and just got back to the truck, got everything unloaded, let the deer lay up here along the road,
drive up there, throw it in a rack back here, and then go help Greg find his deer and get it out of the woods. You know, blessed to have this kind of season, and you know, a lot of work goes into it, a lot of scouting and prepping and talking with, you know, buddies that you're hunters or other hunters and stuff like that have the same mindset as you, bouncing ideas off of them and stuff like that. Like Jason and I were talking last night about this west wind on that transition edge, and it seemed like a good idea, as good as any other option I had, and you know, it worked out. Yeah, need to get in shape before the end of the season. I think I'd be in better shape now following these guys all around the woods. We're gonna go get this deer, Greg. See her?
Down.
Oh, awesome. Nice work, dude.
Rock and roll.
2 big woods whitetails on the ground.
A little bit of a tough hunt. Had a mom and a yearling come in, and I drew on her at about 27 yards, and the yearling blew up. So right as I was releasing, she was kind of jetting to get out of there. So I hit her touchback. Good tracking by Mitch. She bet it about 4 times, and I don't know, probably 60 yards, something like that.
She was hurting pretty good.
And then she actually worked uphill, which is very unlikely, but we found her right here on top. I mean, overall, she's only about probably 100 yards from the stand. So, but she definitely circled back to watch her back trail. I mean, for sure. So, but
she got up into this little open area here, and that was the end of it.
Big mountain doe. Happy to recover. I was getting a little nervous there when we lost blood on that other side. I was like, but yeah, good end of the day. Mitch shot a nice buck this morning. I shot this doe, so pretty good mountain afternoon or morning, and hopefully Jason and Colin can get it done yet today. So
I think Jason's on his way to meet us.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he saw anything this morning.
All right.
Colin's thinking about shooting some turkeys.
Overall, though, very warm. That we struggle because I don't know what, it's probably 65 degrees right now.
It's definitely warm after.
And we were concerned, you know, I knew I hit her back. I wanted to wait, but we weren't so sure how long to wait because we don't want her, you know, sitting up here baking in the sun. So fortunately, she tucked into a blowdown here, this thick
It's actually
laurel,
right in the shade.
It's pretty shaded, so she still feels a little warm. I don't think she's been dead too terribly long. But,
no, I mean you got liver and gut there, so
it's coming out.
I mean what are we at now? About 4.5 hours since you shot her, so she probably hasn't been dead too awful long.
Definitely advice, like they say, if you're unsure, get out here. I went back, I met Mitch, we ran to get some ice for his buck, came back in, got back on blood, and we were only, 30 minutes we were tracking. It's not like we were doing this long, it's just we didn't have great blood, so.
Yeah, after she bedded, there wasn't a whole lot of blood to track.
Right, obviously. And
I was actually on the phone with Jason talking about what we were seeing and how we were making out, and just found that other bed.
Yeah, fortunately.
She bled all right after that bed.
Right. Yeah, between the first and the second, or the second and the third, she stopped. I don't know. I have a feeling that buck, I saw a 4-point after I shot this. I have a feeling that buck might have kicked her up, and then she probably jetted pretty quick, which is probably why we didn't have good blood. And then she bed it real quick again, and then probably slowly worked up this hill, which is why we had such good blood. So either way, we'll get this thing gut, get it tugged, get it out of here, and get it on some ice.
Yep. Congratulations,
Thanks again,
man.
Mitch. Appreciate it.
Yep. Let me know when you want me to take a turn there, Greg.
What's that?
Just let me know when you want me to drag her a little bit.